Thank you. This has to do with the Lincoln Park School. We don't know what the name is going to be, but it has to do with the. My understanding is we're going to be able to do the entire design with it for it. Correct. That's what. Now we're doing the. We were doing the design anyway, but now we're given the responsibility. That's correct.
That's correct. They'll be working with us.
And the design that Alice D'Amelio came up with from Public Works, we're able to put that whole thing into fruition.
That's my understanding. Yes.
That's my understanding too. Okay, I'm just making sure on that. I wanted to pull it so school board member Eleanor Sobel could give us a quick update on the where we are with the school. I know they had a meeting the other day over MacArthur on the boundaries, and maybe you can tell us about the bid and the whole bit.
I'd like to talk about Lincoln Park a little bit. And hi, Eleanor Sobel. Happy holidays to everybody, and may next year be a great year for all of us, a healthy one too. As far as Lincoln Park is concerned, we're trying to move it as quickly as possible. I guess you've heard that before. And we put it out to bid rather than having it go through through a selection committee. And the low bidder was Padula and Sons. And the bid came in at $16 million. That school, the model of that school, was built 2 years ago in Miramar at the Carl Park Elementary School. So we're going to have that kind of building. But most of all, I'm here today to thank the City of Hollywood for being such a good partner with the school board. And it's because of this positive relationship that you have earned that we're able to move forth with Lincoln Park and do a park arrangement and an agreement and a playground agreement, because this city is so cooperative. I could tell you I'm very proud of Hollywood when I hear about what's happening with other cities. So I'm here to thank you for that. As far as Oak Ridge is concerned, Ziskovich, who I know who you're very familiar with, actually didn't win the bid, but won the selection committee's ranking. And now Mr. Garrettson is negotiating with him to get a good price. So it looks like it's Ziskovich, but if they can't agree on a price, then they'll come back again to the selection committee. Oak Ridge is going to be rebuilt. So now the question is, what about the rumors that Hollywood doesn't have enough kids to fill the new school? Well, I think with the help of the mayor and Commissioner Furr, who attended the boundary meetings, we put that to rest. We stopped every kid from every surrounding city moving around, from Hallandale, from West Park, from Pembroke Park, from Hollywood. That has stopped, and now the plan that has been brought forth, which seems to move as few children as possible, is dividing Oak Ridge on 26th Avenue, and those that live on the east side would go to the new Lincoln Park School.
I want to thank you for asking the right questions and having the guts to speak up as you did at the school boundaries meetings. And actually, even though it would be divided, both will end up with new schools.
Exactly.
So
and they're still in Hollywood.
Really good. Exactly.
And I even requested, Mayor, that before we move any student, that we look at what kind of school the new Lincoln Park will be. So we don't even have to move Oak Ridge kids. If we do, then we will. But it's only Hollywood that's involved, and it's down the block. And I'm excited about us getting a new school. I think it's one new school and a rebuilt school. I think it's great for the community. It creates jobs. And when people move here, they want to know, what are the schools like? And say, well, we got 3 new schools, or we have 4 new schools. It's really good for the city of Hollywood with all the economic development that's going on as well. So thank you again for what you're doing to help move the process.
And I just wanted
No, go ahead.
Okay. And I just want to thank you because you've been there the whole step of the way, and especially in helping us get the park that we all felt like we deserved. I mean, now we're going to have 2 brand new schools in North Central and a park second to none. And that's a great addition for that whole neighborhood. So you've been there every step of the way, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you know anything about what's happening with Sterling, where the parents were very concerned, or could you get me information when you get
I heard about it, that the parents are parking on the swales of the homes, and they were. Is that the issue?
It's their boundary thing where some people in Emerald Hills are going to have their children sent to Hollywood Hills Elementary. And I love
That
Hollywood Hills
program's dead.
Elementary because I install the student council every year for a decade and a half. But you could understand why they wouldn't want their children to have to cross Sheridan, and, I mean, it's crazy for the neighborhood. And so they changed that from
The plan that's on the table now is the plan where it's, the Oak Ridge school population is divided at 26th Avenue. That's the only plan on the table. That's the only acceptable plan. Those other plans were off the table because they were unacceptable.
Okay, good.
Good. Go on.
Commissioner Oliveri, you had a comment or a question? Or?
I just wanted to know, speak to Jennifer Gottlieb yet, that we got the go-ahead and a commitment for the expansion of the playground at the Hollywood Hills Elementary School after 5 years. Not reflected on you, but this program has gone a long time, and I want to thank you for your help, too. So we've only got a commitment for May, and I feel very good about it, and the people in the neighborhood feel good about it. And we're going to have one more meeting in January, but she gave us a commitment that it's going, and thanks to you also.
Thank you very much. I'll try to be at that meeting. I know we keep changing the meeting and canceling them, but I'm going to try to be at that meeting as well. Any other?
Okay, I see no one else wishing to speak. Thank you very much. Happy holidays
Same to you.
You and your family, and I hope you'll get to see your daughters and your granddaughter. I don't know whether you're
They're coming down.
good.
Plus, a lot of people are not leaving this beautiful part of the country and staying home. Why would we leave? This is the best time of the year.
That's right.
there.
It's too cold up there, it's right. Exactly.
Right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very, very much. Beam, you want to move it, I assume?
Sure, I also just want to thank Lori Mertens, who's been in on all of these meetings with the school board. You've done a great job, and everybody with Parks who's been in on, this took a whole lot of people. I mean, it took utilities, it took Park, it took a lot of people to pull this whole thing together. And everybody who's involved, Greg, everybody's done a wonderful job, and the neighborhood is really going to be a lot better for it. So for everybody who has been involved, I know I'm leaving some out. Thank you very much.
I too want to
And
thank
motion to
Lori.
approve.
I want to thank Lori Mertens as well. I keep forgetting. She calls me up. She says, "Is this true or not?" We have to stop the rumors, those kinds of things. Rumors seem to, have a life of their own. You know that. So thank you, Lori. Thank you to the assistant city manager, the city manager, and everybody who's been involved in this project. And soon we'll have a date to move the dirt.
Well, as you know, it didn't start out as a rumor. It started out as them trying to do something, and then everybody got behind not allowing it. And from within and without, that created the good outcome. Persistence does pay off.
And we do need the support of the city, as well as what I do and speak to them, and what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, and then they get the message. It's everybody working together, so it's a great team.
And I want to thank Mr. Notter, too. I did speak with him. That was important. And I want to say one other thing. Let's just remember, may she rest in peace, Carol Andrews, because we first started the ball rolling with her discussion, request, and support. So with all, if we left anybody out that
Yes,
we
we
didn't
did.
thank, who else?
Mr. Garrettson, he said to me, "Go to bid."
Yes.
He said, "Get the ball rolling and make sure it happens before they cut it out of the budget."
That's right. Thank you, Mr. Garrettson. Very important. Okay, all those, we have a
Mayor,
second.
I would
Go
just
ahead.
like to say that.
Wait, do we have a second? Would somebody second it, please?
Second.
Okay, go ahead. Now you can.
It's wonderful that the city and the school board's working together to make these things happen.
I think so.
Two heads are better than one.
Okay, now all those in favor say aye. Aye.